All right, yes, it is. There she is, Chef Carrie Baird. Brother Luck, he exited. He was asked to get his knives and take off. So cool to have her every week with myself and Jay Parker, Greg Holland back here, live from the Goods Restaurant on Colfax and Elizabeth with the rocker truck parked right out front. I think she's on the line right now. She's not in the kitchen tonight. This is a rare moment where Chef Carrie, she's had the night off in Sun Valley, Idaho. Carrie, do we have you on the line?
Hi, guys. I'm in Idaho.
How is it going in Idaho? How's the weather? It's like unseasonably warm here right now.
Oh, it's so cold. It's very, very cold. I'm actually watching people ice skate, but it's crystal clear. The moon's out. It's so beautiful here. Sun Valley is so special.
Are you digging a hole out there and cooking s'mores for everybody in the snow?
You know I am.
All right, so here it is, Bravo Network, every Thursday night at 8 p.m. here in Denver, and I like to live tweet while it's going on, and generally Carrie's at Bardot, just talking to people and watching the episode, and Carrie, do you DVR that episode and watch it again?
Well, I don't have a DVR exactly, but I do watch it. I like to watch it again at home because, on Thursdays when we're watching it at the show, I really am working. I'm still in my chef coat, and I say hi to everybody, and so I like to watch and see what I missed.
Yeah, I know you're working there, and I mean, it's one of those things where you kind of have to go out. If everybody's watching it at the bar and inside the restaurant, that's a good thing for you to be out there, and you're just so. I mean, this hasn't changed you at all, and I have to say, here it is, episode 7, and you're still in the hunt. What does that mean to you? I know it.
I was so proud of myself at this point. The goal in the beginning is just don't be first out. And here we are, this next week's Restaurant Wars. It's going to be awesome. It's so fun.
Okay, so episode 7, you won the Quickfire Challenge. The Quickfire Challenge is basically the first challenge that they do of the episode, and you guys were tasked with making a breakfast item with Nutella. At first blush, what was that about, and then what did you decide to make?
Well, they woke us up. They really did that. It really was 6 in the morning, and they didn't let us change or put on clothes or anything. And then they set
Wait, you had clothes on.
Well, yeah, I had my pajamas on. They let me put sweats on.
Well, I don't sleep with pajamas on, but that's a whole nother thing. So,
Carrie, it's Jay here. I think in that opening scene, and they only showed it for a second, but I think it was you, but it was so quick. But you had some Einstein hair going straight up to the ceiling. And then the next scene, it was a little bit more docile. But was that you I saw with that head of hair walking through?
It was. My hair can get pretty big in the morning. So, like I said, it was real. They were I looked over, and there's Padma, because I was on the top bunk, so we were perfect eye height.
What did you decide to cook for breakfast, Carrie, with the Nutella?
Well, so we had to use the Nutella, and if you know Nutella, a little goes a long way.
That's right.
Everybody was making crepes and waffles, and I went savory. I made an Eggs Benedict with a spicy raspberry jam, and then just a perfectly poached egg and a classic hollandaise on grilled ciabatta bread.
At first blush, I'm like, yuck. But you said this is something that you eat all the time. This is something that you eat?
It's actually on the menu at Bardot now. Or a version of it. And it's just a pairing that I've always liked, like that peanut butter, and it's like a twist of a peanut butter and jelly. But I like the jam to be spicy, and the Nutella is so sweet. Just the thinnest layer on a nice, if not sourdough, ciabatta bread. It's just really cool.
Well, you won the judges over with it because there it is. You won the Quickfire Challenge, and by the way, drinks on you, $5,000 in your pocket.
It was so exciting to win $5,000.
Carrie,
I don't even know.
Jay here. I have a two-part question. What did you spend that money on? And it's probably a 6-part question. But what'd you spend the money on? When do you get that? Did they cut you a check right there? Do they slap it over in cash? And then how much are you having to pay Uncle Sam on that $5,000?
Well, they don't give it to you then. You have to wait until the episode airs. to like keep us quiet. Because like you say, I can't show up in my fur, like.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
So I expect I'll get it in the mail, and then they recommend that we like save or do something 20% to give the taxes.
Tax
Woo.
20% on that, huh?
So have you been paid out yet?
No.
Check is in the mail.
Yeah, I've been in Sun Valley for a day now, so I haven't checked my mail for a couple days.
Okay, well, that might come with the $125,000 grand prize then, right?
Stop!
Every week I try and get Carrie to give
week.
something up. So as we move
on, consistent, Greg.
I know. As we move through the episode, Olympians, and they kind of put you in a setting to where you're cooking in the kitchen for the judges, but you have an audience. That was kind of cool.
It was cool. We walked in there and they were cheering. It was like stadium, like holy cow! Like we weren't really prepared for that. It was very cool.
Did you miss Brother Luck at this point?
Of course, Brother and I were roommates, and friends. Like his presence was definitely missed.
Yeah,
definitely
Brother.
Noticed.
He's really an asset to the show. His personality is just far out. Outstanding personality. So during that, they gave out first, second, and third place, which was gold, silver, and bronze. And at that point, bronze was the loser. But you have immunity when you win the quickfire challenge, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you could have just thrown it, or you could do a little strategy in that sense if you were with two other competitors that you may want to get out. Could you not?
Oh. Gosh, I guess you could, but that never crossed my mind. I mean, there's always talk of immunity can send you for sometimes it's bad luck, like you have immunity, so maybe you ease up or something, and you not often, but sometimes, like kind of botch your.
You might get caught slipping because you have that little sense of security for a show.
Yeah, like the pressure. The pressure tends to, at least for me, I see things, I think a little clearer, and maybe when it was taken up, you kind of ease up a little. It might be a little bit of a bad thing.
So Tanya, African-American chef, who actually, half the time, it's like, why do you even need to mention that? But she makes it quite clear that, and this is the elephant in the room, she kind of put this to you, which they emphasized on the episode, and I don't know whether it was taken out of context, but Carrie, don't give me your 2 cents because you've never, what was the exact quote that she
said?
had?
She said, we don't all experience the world the same way, Carrie. Wake up, get woke.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
It was... I don't really think I deserved that.
That was mean.
It was super mean, and
what was she trying to say about that? Was she trying to emphasize her heritage and being a woman and all coupled together, that you can't have an opinion because you don't look through her lens?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I was just trying to mediate her and Claudette arguing, and they were talking over each other, and I was like, hey, something like that, let her speak her mind or something. And that's when Tanya, hit me with that. And it was everybody's jaw dropped. It wasn't just me. Super unexpected. Super
I mean, even
unwarranted.
with the editing of the show, and obviously they edit things to get a rise out of people, and they love the drama, I'm sure. But even with the editing, you could tell that you. Our angel on this show.
Yeah, you're a sweetheart.
Were to suit because you didn't say anything that was sideways at all. If anything, the only thing my advice would be, after the fact is I guess you should have just kept your mouth shut because all you tried to say something nice to help, and she just fired one your way.
Were you caught off guard by that, Carrie?
Oh, big time. But Tanya knew that she was under a lot of pressure. She knew she was on the bottom. She probably knew she was going home, because, her instincts probably told her that this was not good.
Mm-hmm.
So, you say things when you're upset and angry, and I understand.
So 2 weeks in a row we saw this to where Brother Luck, he didn't perform to really what the occasion was with the challenge. And I think that Tanya got that rap too. Was that something that you really kind of took in and made sure that you followed that advice going forward to make sure that you adhered to the challenge?
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, every elimination you learn a lesson, right, to make you stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Brother the week before and Tanya this week, like, you have to, like, read in between the lines. Think hard about what they're asking you to do. What are they expecting, you know? Like, it's, you know, there's so much, it's a game. And you have to, like, learn how to play it. And we're just getting stronger every week.
Yeah, no doubt. So there it is, and I want to go back to Brother Luck because they have this, and I think it's brilliant because they do it on BravoTV.com. But the Last Chance Kitchen, to where one of these people battle back and win challenges against the other contestants that were eliminated. And Brother Luck, 2 weeks in a row, he beat two, which he got a rap for, and he believes it's an unfair portrayal of him of what two did in the kitchen and maybe did two wrong by hiding cellophane, which we all know Brother Luck, and he's not going to do that. but there that is. And then you go into the next episode where Tanya is in the kitchen with Brother Luck, and I'll tell you what, Brother Luck, I really hope he makes it back onto the show, but maybe not for your sake because he's a strong competitor.
Are you referencing when he said to take the clock from 15 to 10?
Yeah, exactly.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you've been keeping up on that as well. Next week, what's the preview next week again? You're in a kitchen here in Colorado. What kitchen is that?
It's called, what is it called? I don't remember. It's down by Bronco Stadium.
Okay.
Sorry, world,
yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, no, they didn't really even emphasize that at all, and I didn't see a guest chef from another restaurant chef here in Colorado, so I think that'll be a little surprise to all of us. Side note, where was the house that you stayed in for Top Chef?
It was in Capitol Hill. It was on the corner of 9th and Ogden.
9th and Ogden.
Was that somebody's house that they're living there too, and they're like, yeah, good morning, Carrie. Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit longer in the bathroom this morning. You're just going to have to wait, or was it an open house?
Occupied.
Yeah, that's right. Don't forget I live here.
Exactly. Scoot over. But it was, I think it was on the market. Like someone was selling it, so it was vacant.
Okay.
And because it had one of those real estate signs in front of it, but it was very vacant. And they rented all the furnishings, couches and a pool table and all of our bunk beds.
Right.
I just see the producers from Magical Elves on Airbnb looking for a place, and there it is. Carrie, thus far, what's your take? Episode 7, I think we're close to halfway through. How are you doing? How do you feel you're doing? Room for improvement? Just any reflection on those 7 episodes?
I think I'm getting stronger every week. Like my odds are going up, they say. And I had a big week. That win was big, and a cash prize is always super helpful for your motivation. And so, yeah, so far so good. I started a little rocky, but I'm definitely getting stronger every week.
I love it. We're going to check in again next week. Will you be back in Denver next week?
Yeah, I think I'm going to hang out with you guys next week.
You are. You're going to co-host the show next week.
Yeah.
And we'll be in
the whole time.
I love it. And then Thursday evening at Bardot, will you be doing the party still?
Heck yeah. It's like the funnest night of my week. We have so much fun.
What's the address at Bardot?
It's noisy. The restaurant is at 2227 West 32nd Avenue, Bardot. It's in Denver.
You're getting better at that. I bet you wrote it down or tattooed it, one of the two.
I put it on my knuckles.
It's so cool. Thanks, Carrie. Until next week, have fun and say hello to your family, and we're just so proud of you. You represent Denver in the classiest way that anybody could possibly do it. I don't think we could have handpicked anybody better than you.
Oh, you're so sweet, and thanks for having me. It's so much fun. I'll talk to you really, really soon, and I'm not hanging up this week.
All right. Thanks, Carrie. Yeah, last week. What was the deal with that quick exit last week?
I looked down and I thought you hung up on me. I wanted to say thank you to Keegan. I felt terrible. We got disconnected.
Yeah, Keegan was a good surprise last week on the show, wasn't he?
Oh, gosh, that guy's the coolest.
He is.
He really is. All right, until next week, there he is, Chef Carrie Baird, Bardot, Denver, and we thank you so much. Keep it up on the social media, too. You're doing a great job.
Thanks so much. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, there you go, Carrie Baird. Love that gal. She's amazing. Jay.
She's just the nicest. She's just the nicest girl ever.
Oh, side note. So we dropped off gluten-free things to Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a follow-up phone call this last week because we hadn't heard from her.
Mm-hmm.
And so John Irvin, he was interested, and you'll hear from John Irvin in the kitchen in about 10, 15 minutes. What was Carrie's response to the bread and to the pizza crust?
Carrie's response is that they hadn't had a chance to get to the bread yet with the running around.
Which surprises me. I thought it would have been the other way around.
But she said they fired up some pizzas on the pizza dough and said it was absolutely delicious.
The gluten-free pizza crust.
The gluten-free pizza crust from Gluten-Free Things, she said, was a home run, and everybody there just had nothing but good things to say about it.
So if you know about gluten-free or you are gluten-free, that's a big deal. And it's amazing when people have gluten-free items on their menu because it should be absolutely everywhere. And we'll talk to John Irvin about that at 6:45. All right, we'll come back. We'll take a break. We're live from the Goods Restaurant on Colfax and Elizabeth, attached to the Tattered Cover Building, across from East High School as our friends funnel in, and sitting down and having some drinks and some delicious food from the Goods here. Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Greg Hollenbach, Jay Parker, The Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.